The original Portal introduced GLaDOS, the murderous robotic operator of Aperture Science, one of the most memorable and funniest video game villains around. It introduced the Portal Gun, a weapon that could shoot out two linked holes that let you and objects you carried pass through walls to solve spatial reasoning challenges. It was a puzzle game that felt a little like a first-person shooter. It was brief, but unforgettable. Portal 2 makes the original look like the prototype it was. The cast of characters is expanded, the story more substantial, the challenges bigger, and the payoff more rewarding. It's a brilliantly designed game with outstanding, hilarious writing, brought to life with some of the best voice acting you'll hear in video games. Stephen Merchant steals the show as Wheatley, a bumbling robot. Ellen McLean is charmingly evil as GLaDOS, and J.K. Simmons turns in a solid performance as Aperture boss Cave Johnson.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres.
There are plenty of story twists and surprising character developments in Portal 2 to keep you entertained. Even when the tension sags during Portal 2's second act, it's still miles better than what's found in most linear first-person games.
Tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive. Alright? Not dead.
The visuals in Portal 2 aren't going to blow you away, but there's such an unmistakable style crafted into every facet of the Aperture Science facility and its twisted residents that it's difficult not to appreciate everything you see. This is Valve's Source Engine, which has been in operation since the days of Half-Life 2, and it still looks surprisingly good in Portal 2 considering its age, especially the way Valve utilizes effects to give the world a better sense of character. Aperture Science is in a state of disrepair at the start. It's rusted and falling apart and overgrown with vegetation. When GLaDOS wakes up, you see her struggle to put the place back together. Panels and walls scramble back into place when you open test chamber doors, like you walked in on them with their pants down. And later on, once things start to go nuts, Valve finds plenty of creative ways to keep the content new and surprising, from the evolution of the turrets to the styles of the test chambers. Valve outdoes all the puzzle designs in the original with a greatly expanded set of mechanics. You've still got your gun, and speed is still maintained as you jump from one portal to another. That means if you're hurtling towards the floor and pop a portal just before you hit it, you come out the other side like a bullet. Many puzzles still require you find cubes and transport them to buttons to open doors, but when Valve mixes in light bridges, gels, tractor beams, jump pads, and lens blocks, it's not hard to imagine how hard the challenges can get. The most impressive part is despite how much opportunity there is for Valve to make a game so complicated nobody can play it, the puzzles in Portal 2 never feel unfair. Valve manages to strike a near impossible balance of difficulty that feels challenging without feeling frustrating. Reaching a solution, whether you're realigning light bridges, coating walls with bouncy gel, or repositioning portals quickly while in midair, is always satisfying. Basically, Portal 2 lets you have fun while making you feel smart. After the single-player mode's done, there's the cooperative play, which is even better, continuing the story from the end of the single-player mode. It forces two players to think and work together, playing as two robots, each armed with portal guns. That means there's 4 portals to play around with, something Valve takes full advantage of to create mind-bending but never frustrating challenges. It's such a successful co-op mode because of the high level of dependence on your partner to solve challenges. If you're acting like an asocial jerk and standing in the corner not contributing, there's no way to advance. You have to talk and contribute to win. Valve does a great job of providing a suite of helpful tools to let you get the job done, like visual cues for placing portals, as well as goofy ways to celebrate.
We both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us.
With unmatched wit and brilliantly designed puzzles, Valve's Portal 2 is a game everyone should play. The writing is consistently funny, the character development's unexpected, and the gameplay immensely satisfying without becoming frustrating. Whether playing alone or with a friend in co-op, there's hardly ever a dull moment. Portal 2 challenges the creative part of your brain without failing to entertain, which is the most admirable quality there is. For more on Portal 2, head over to IGN.com.